Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and today I've got a really exciting video for you guys regarding Treyarch Zombies. And of course, you know that Treyarch's next title is coming out this year. We're going to be playing Treyarch Zombies in late 2018, which is really exciting to think about. But I guess I'm recording this on December 31st, so technically the release is next year. So if you guys are watching this in the future and you've seen this in 2018, then it technically makes sense. But if you're not, then have a happy new year if you're watching this the day I upload it. But anyways, on with the topic. Right now, Zombies is at kind of a weird point. With World War II, we're waiting on DLC to really see where this season and story is going to go. So it's just kind of like, man, right now, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay, but we're just sort of waiting on something big to happen. But with Treyarch, we know that we just need to wait a few more months before something big does happen. And, Blundell comes out on the interview and maybe gives us some teasers and info on the next Zombies game. But right now, I think that since we're just going to get a little bit too impatient, the way to look for more information towards the next Zombies game for Treyarch in the future right now is actually still in Black Ops 3 and even in Black Ops 2 Zombies. Now let me elaborate on that. You guys know that there's a lot of lore and information in every single Zombies map that either leads up to the next one or explains stuff that happened previously. So for example, right, when we had ciphers in Zetsubo no Shima about dragons and about Dr. Gersh, this is all hinting towards Gorod Krovi, right? We could always look towards the distant future about what's going to happen. And with Revelations, we sort of do have that, but we don't have a very clear direction of where it's going to go. But I would argue that the tools are right in front of us, but we can't actually see them just yet. And you guys probably know what I'm getting at with this. Treyarch has a lot of hidden information in Revelations with these cipher texts. Now, a lot of you guys are familiar with ciphers and Zombies, but just in case you're not, I'll give you a little brief explanation. A cipher is essentially a coded message that, when decrypted using some kind of key, will give you an actual plausible message. So, for example, you could take a message like "Hello World" and then encrypt it with any sort of key, and then you'll get this sort of cipher text message that doesn't make a lot of sense when you read it right in the middle, and then you can decrypt it using the same key to get the exact same text back that you put in initially. So that's probably as simple as it gets. It's an easy concept, but in practice, being able to decode any cipher is not an easy job. And there's a lot of people who are specialized like in cryptology to actually do this kind of thing, but Revelations has the most insane and hard to solve ciphers that we've ever seen in Zombies, and there's a lot of information inside of these. So to put things into perspective about the mass of these ciphers, here's one that we have right now that is actually solved within this map. There are a total of 14, and right now only 3 have been solved, but the actual plain text of this cipher reads this: "I am the last of us, but I will be joining you soon, my friends. Death is near. I hope what we have done doesn't come back to bite this universe in the ass. Thank God we will all be gone, because if Monty ever found this place, we would all have been in a world of Maybe now, with all of us gone, the children will truly be safe." And this is from Dempsey. You can see the D tagged on at the end. And this cipher is crazy because it means so much. This is the only glimpse of what we've seen of our characters after maybe the Revelations cutscene, or we don't, a glimpse into the future of what's going on with them. Dempsey is dying in this, and actually, if you pay attention in Revelations as you're playing, if you are Dempsey, every once in a while, he will start coughing while he's talking, and he'll kind of play it off like it was grenade or smoke from a grenade and things like that, but he's actually dying. From what, we're not exactly sure, but in this cipher he says he's the last of us, probably referring to the rest of our characters. So if you think about that one cipher and just in Revelations that got solved right there, and we have a letter from Dempsey, imagine what the rest of the 11 ciphers that aren't solved in this map still contain. Now, the other cipher that got solved is kind of a message from Monty, and he's talking about Sophia and Maxis are gone. The last of Element 115 has finally been purged from the universe, and so Monty is wanting to take a break now. It's a pretty, basic cipher. We don't really have too much to work with that. And then the other third cipher that is solved is a message from Treyarch. It's like a thank you thing. They were pretty much saying, hey, thank you to all of our fans who have played and supported and gave input on these games throughout the years. This wouldn't have been possible without you guys, and it was a really nice sentiment from them as sort of like a farewell to Black Ops 3. But the point I want to make here is, and emphasize on, is that there's still 11 really big ciphers still left in Revelations that are unsolved, and we don't have that information behind it. Now, the thing is, this isn't the last time we've been able to, not solve a cipher. There's still, I think, 2 in the Giant that have not been solved yet, and there's also one more really interesting one in Mob of the Dead that is a 4-year-old cipher, and you might have heard this before. It's called the ADFGX cipher. This one can actually be found on the Mob of the Dead loading screen, and we've had this cipher ever since the map or this picture has existed, but this thing still hasn't been cracked yet. And why is that? A lot of the cryptologists in the community still can't get this one, but the thing is, we believe this is one of the hardest ones because it's double encrypted, and likely the other 11 ciphers and revelations are double encrypted as well. So basically what that means is that they're using two different sets of keys. So you make one cipher using one key, and then you take that other cipher and make that into another key. So you essentially make cipher solving twice as hard, and this is the one that's been stumping everybody. But I actually asked Jason Blundell about this cipher myself. So give you a little background, I was at Call of Duty XP last year, and when we were having our Treyarch interview, right, we were sitting around with Craig Houston, Blundell, and a few of the other devs. I asked Blundell about this cipher, and I say, hey, like, we know this is the one in Mob that's tough to solve, but is the ADFGX cipher in Mob, is the contents of that cipher going to be worth the amount of time that somebody would need to put in to actually crack that code? And he pretty much said, no, not really. Like, it's not going to change your entire perspective on the zombie storyline. He actually said this, and I quote, you're not going to find out that the Shadow Man has a daughter or anything, but nonetheless, it's still, you know, a little interesting tidbit of information. And honestly, even though it maybe is not that big of a deal, I still want to know what it is, just so we can look back and be like, hey, that was hinting towards this or that. But that's not even the one I'm most concerned about. Like, if somebody wants to try to decrypt the ADFGX cipher in Mob, I mean, by all means, go for it. I'm open to the idea of somebody wanting to try that, but I think what we should focus our efforts on, if we want to get any information on what the next game is, their direction is solving these ones in Rev that are still uncracked. And this is, like I said, not going to be an easy thing to do. And this is where I need help from you guys. I want to do maybe some kind of challenge or give an incentive for, you know, a bunch of cryptologists or people who are interested in this kind of thing to actually go in and get these things solved. Blundell said that if somebody's able to solve the Revelation ciphers, then, you know, probably send in your resume because these ones are tough. But what I want to do is sort of something that will encourage people to at least try it, and maybe we can come up with something. What gave me this idea was that another content creator here, a buddy of mine, his name is Drifter. He's a big Call of Duty multiplayer YouTuber. He made a couple days ago, or it's actually a few weeks ago now, a skill-based matchmaking challenge. So basically, he would pay out the winner $1,000 if they could prove or disprove that skill-based matchmaking was real in World War II. And I know that's not exactly the same concept here, but I also don't think I'm going to pay out $1,000 if somebody solves a cipher in Rev. But maybe I'll do some kind of other challenge or give an incentive, some kind of reward to somebody who is able to do this. Because guys, the sheer amount of ciphers in Revelations and the information that these contain, I promise you, is going to be huge. These are really hard to solve for a reason, and Blundell likely double encrypted all of these just so it would take so long to solve, and we likely wouldn't even get these done until the next Treyarch game is right around the corner. But I think that if somebody really wants to take this up, put their mind to it, and dedicate themselves to solving these things, you're going to do the community, yourself, and everybody else involved a really huge favor. If I had to give you my best guess right now, these other ciphers that aren't solved yet, there's 11 left. Probably at least 3 more of those are death letters from the other ones, or warning letters from them, like Takio, Nikolai, and Richtofen. But the other ones, I honestly have no clue. But that's what excites me. There's probably a lot of big information hidden behind those that is going to set up for the next game. And if we want that info, this is the only way to get it. So I guess what I want you guys to do is let me know in the comments, what should I give as an incentive or reward for somebody who's able to decode these? Because honestly, if there's a will, there's a way. There's somebody in the community that will put their mind to it and actually solve these for everybody. I know it would happen. I mean, there are cryptologists out there right now in the community that are actively doing these, but it's not like they spend all their days, you know, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just trying to solve these little messages. That's not really how that works. But if you have a bigger group of people who are always trying to crack these, and somebody's at least on it, you know, probably at all hours of the day, it's gonna happen at one point or another. But maybe I'll get a group of friends or some other YouTubers, and we'll do some sort of challenge, or I don't know, some kind of reward. What do you guys want to see? I want to give back to somebody who's able to solve these, because I'm just dying to know what these messages read. Now, I'm not a cryptologist, nor do I have very much experience trying to solve ciphers. I try to get into it, just wasn't really my thing. That's not my forte, but maybe you guys are interested in this kind of thing, or you're just naturally talented in it. And if so, then by all means, put that talent to good use. But what I'm going to do is I'll leave a link down in the description right now if you guys are interested in all these ciphers. You won't need to go in-game to looking for these. I'm going to leave the link to the Reddit post where it has all the known ciphers with their photos, so they're really, really easy to see, and any information on it will be posted there too. to kind of help each other out. But the link to those will be in the description if you guys actually want to take a look at the rest of the unsolved ciphers and try to decode them for yourselves. But I'm telling you guys, it's going to be tricky. These things are unsolved for a reason. Mob the Dead hasn't been cracked for 4 years for a reason as well. And just say, for instance, you're actually able to solve some of these, you would likely get recognition from Treyarch themselves and also Jason Blundell, because he even said that if somebody is able to decrypt these things, definitely get in contact with them and, let them know who you are, because that takes a lot of skill to do so. They probably hired a professional cryptologist to make these things, and he's probably the only one that could solve it as well, unless one of you guys wants to take up this challenge. But bottom line, guys, is if we want information on the next game that is solid, we know where it's going to go, we don't have to speculate and just think of rumors, this is the way to do it. I don't know, I'm just trying to get the community talking again. We're in kind of a lull with zombies right now, and if we want to put something to good use and not really waste time till the next thing, I think this is what we should be focusing on. And, it keeps things fresh, keeps things interesting and exciting whenever one of these gets solved, and I get really happy to see them as well. But I think we can go ahead and wrap the video up here, guys. I want people talking in the comment section and communicating. Maybe you all can get together and sort of work out how you can solve these things. I'm going to be active on the Reddit too and helping you guys out as much as possible. This isn't really my thing. I can't solve ciphers. It's not really my strong suit, but I really think that there's somebody out there who is able to do this, or a group of people that if they put their minds to it can get these solved. But just imagine how much information we could have on the next game if we had all these messages revealed. I don't know. I'm really happy for it. I'm excited, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video nonetheless. If you did, make sure you leave a like. That would be awesome. We'll aim for 750 likes. That'd be really, really sweet. Subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel, and also follow me on Twitter. If you're subscribed here, I'm going to keep you guys updated with videos. I'll make another video updating this probably very soon if any progress is made. And also on Twitter, if you guys follow me down below, I'm going to tweet out, if anything has been done as well. But the link to all that stuff will be down below in the description. Other than that, guys, I think that is going to be the video for today. Thank you everybody for watching. You have been amazing. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and also have a happy new year. Let's make this an amazing 2018, and it's crazy to think about we'll have the next game in our hands a little bit later on in the year. I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. I'll see you all on the next video. Peace out.